Maiden have got a lot of great songs, and I mean, it's been 8 or 9 years since I played in Brazil with Iron Maiden. So, you know, I played in Brazil 3 or 4 times, maybe more, you know, with my solo stuff. So, you know, they can, and Scream For Me Brazil is the live album, and they can, you know, I've got that already. But I think it's important to keep the two things separate. I'm going to be doing another solo record next year with me and Roy Z. But we're going to keep that separate from, you know, the Iron Maiden thing. It's better that way, I think. Very embarrassed, actually, that Brazil is almost the last country in the world, you know, for the CD to be released. It wasn't intended to be that way. But the problem has been trying to find a really good distributor, because everybody wants to distribute Scream For Me Brazil. But at the same time, I also have a load of other stuff in my record label, which I want distributing by the same bunch of people. Scream For Me Brazil is an easy one to sell in Brazil, for obvious reasons. Oh, well, the Christ statue, I wanted to, well, you know what I wanted to do was I wanted to do Edison, the puppet, as the Christ statue. And they went, no, you can't do that. People get very, very upset. I was like, oh, why? Okay, fine. So then I wanted to do, there's a painting by Edvard Munch, The Scream, right? Like this guy with his mind going like that, right? So I asked Derek Riggs to do the puppet, you know, the bells, as the Scream. So I have my puppet going like, oh, and that's Scream For Me Brazil. But what I had in mind was something really brutal. What turned up was, it looked like somebody had trodden on his foot. It was like, oh! And I was like, that sucks. You know, it looks like, you know, oh, sorry. You know, I mean, I can't put that on the front cover. So, my manager, Rod, said, what about a piranha fish? I went, okay, piranha fish, Brazil, piranha fish. I said, and I actually saw the picture of the fish. This is at the last minute, too, obviously. I saw the picture of the fish, and I thought, you know, it's actually not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, you know, because and I found myself saying things like, well, it does have a pretty good expression on its face, doesn't it? You know, I mean, I was like, what am I saying? It's a fish. What I wanted, I should have just told Derek to just go and draw exactly this, was I wanted an Edison, and in one hand he's got a chainsaw, right? And the other hand he has an ice pick. And the ice pick's going into his head like that, and there's splinters and blood coming out, and the chainsaw is going, and there's like stuff coming out, and then his tongue is like that, and there's a big nail, bang, hammered into the thing, and his eyeballs are all cracked, and he's screaming, and it's Scream For Me Brazil, you know, and that's why he's screaming. Yeah, and I thought it was obvious, but Derek, you know, so he had a fantastic time, especially the last 2 or 3 years, leading up to me rejoining Maiden, you know, with Accident at Birth and Chemical Wedding and Scream for Me was really, really good. And everything was growing. You know, we were building and building and building the whole time, so it's fantastic. I went through some tough times as well, particularly around the Skunk Works period. But even those were good, you know. I mean, tough times are good too. I really had a fantastic time, which is why I don't want to stop doing it. There's a lot of fans out there who have everything. You know, I mean, I'm signing Iron Maiden stuff and Scream for Me and Skunk Works and Tattooed Millionaire and Samson stuff and then more Maiden stuff. And it's great, they have everything. And I feel like, well, when they hear the new Maiden, they're going to freak because it's so good. And it's classic Maiden. It's like vintage Maiden. It's really, really good. But also, it doesn't sound like Chemical Wedding. So I'm really pleased. The last CD I bought, I can't imagine. I can't remember the last time I went to a record store. I listen to everything that people give me, which is I mean, I've been away for 2 weeks, you know, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks traveling around the world. I have a stack of CDs this big that people have given me. I don't even know the names of half the bands. I'm listening to, there's a Swedish band called Inhale and things like that. There's bands that nobody has ever heard of, you know. I will put in a plug for the Tribe of Gypsies because I take them with me on the road, you know, wherever, because it's great music it's just music for getting up to and, you know, great music to get when you get up in the morning and you want to sort of, yeah, you know, it's good stuff. Tribe of Gypsies, Roy Z, my friend, and it's great stuff. Well, I think it's the best Maiden record that we've done since Peace of Mind. I actually think that it's probably better than Peace of Mind, but because Number of the Beast and Peace of Mind are the first two really big Maiden records, you'll never replace them, you know. But this record, it sounds better than those records. The playing is better, and I think the songs are the best I can say is they're just as good, which is pretty incredible after all this time. And the band is playing just unbelievable. We already did, actually, on the Ed Hunter tour last summer. We did Klansman and Future Real and Man on the Edge, which are 3 songs off those records. And actually, I believe on the B-side to the single, Wicker Man, there's going to be some live versions of those songs so people can get an idea of what it sounds like. But I don't have any problem singing, you know, songs off those 2 albums. The same way I don't have a problem with singing the Paul Di'Anno stuff.